And I'm aware of my wheelhouse, which is um where you at, Fantasy Stars, so we won't be too loud. Okay, it's good. Oh wait, I gotta change over the thingy. No, not right now, please. Go away, installer. Where you at, game? Alright, game. Blue burst. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I agree with you. I think my wheelhouse is more of the indie games and has like that not to sound too cheesy, but well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm shocked that I would be classified as mellow nowadays, which is news to me. But oh shoot, I gotta put up all the thingies. Alright, sorry again, you gotta put up this guy right there. Boot up the other program real quick, takes me 2 seconds. But I agree, I think my more of my wheelhouse is definitely like the indie game or the like emotional game. I know, it's so great. It's just Mario Sunshine, it's so fantastic. Alright, got the death count should be working. Fantastic. Alright, now I need to pull up the timer. Put the actual time in here because it keeps freaking erasing it. Oh, 100%. I actually never finished Chapter 2 or like Life is Strange 2 or even started it yet, so that definitely seems like a me thing. I agree. Not to I don't know, think more or less of myself or whatever. You know what I mean? Not to like put that on me as like a thing that's, you know. Yes, 100%. When Ryan's Remains of Edith Finch is one I've never played either. There's a couple other ones too. There's one called The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. The really cool one. Another really sad one, but really beautiful one called The Last Day in June, which, by the way, is gonna come up soon. I kind of want to play Last Day in June. Aw. Thank you. Okay, well then, Wanda, I also agree with you. I mean, I can't lie. I do love the occasional scary game as long as it's got a good story. But there's something about games for me has always been this nice, what's the right word I want to use here? It's got this. It's a good reflection. You get to like see yourself or like think about, not 199. You get to like feel how they feel, and if it's an emotional part, you get to like think about what they're going through, and it's this nice moment to like reflect on yourself as well. And I just like those things. I'm not always great at it. I know it seems kind of ridiculous to say that out loud, but I'm not always great at it. So like, it's nice to have those games to do it. But don't get me wrong, I do love me a good horror game if it has a really good story. It's hard not to want to play a good horror game. Wait, Richie, yeah, Richie smells. But yes, yeah, 100%. I'm not gonna stick to just indie games, but I know what you mean though. Like, definitely seems to be a. Except me, I'm terrified. Oh no! How? I definitely want to do that. Yeah, I've been doing like a Tears of the Kingdom, like a challenge by myself before I started streaming, and I might want to keep trying to finish it, which I think would be fun. But 100%, yeah, all those games, Luigi's Mansion games. So if you're not a big horror person, wait, yeah, horror. No, I'm thinking somebody else who said that. But if you're not a big horror person, I know We Happy Few is not horror per se, but it's definitely dark. How are you holding up then? Are you doing okay with it? Oh, and I watch movies. Okay, okay. So you're like, you're watching us play We Happy Few, which. Oh, okay. So you're saying you can't do it. Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of like Yeah, I get that. I'd be like, Ben, yeah, it's pretty funny in that on that regard. I don't like the green. I know it seems odd, but I just don't like the green. Just go easily as him. Yeah, the lady's the opposite. She loves everything like horror and stuff like that, so she never gets scared like that, which is fine. I mean, and I give off that I like. What's right? Right phrasing is what I like to do. I wouldn't classify me as someone who's scared of it. What I would say is that like I like to get into like to their headspace. That's why one of my tags is like empathy, because I like to pretend to be the character, like be in their shoes. So when I'm playing a scary game, I can also like, I guess, be scared. But like overall, like I turn the game off. I'm like, oh, that was a fun game, but I don't like get scared of it. And my favorite game ever is a very terrifying, like, so I guess more like psychological horror will get me way more than a jump scare game. A jump scare game does nothing to me. I am never afraid of a jump scare game ever. I mean, yeah, the jump scares will scare me for a second, but I'm not afraid of them at some point. At some point I get really annoyed at jump scares. And I'm just like, please stop. It's no longer scary. Like, I died from a plant? That is depressing. I mean, I don't know. That's my answer, is psychological scary games are much scarier to me, to my core, and like jump scares are only scary a couple times. After like the 5th time of the same jump scare, I get more annoyed than I do ever get scared, quite personally. I can't believe I died by the plant. If I just moved, I wouldn't have died. How sad is that? But they're hitting harder than normal, which is weird. Yeah. Like, so my favorite game, one of my favorite stories of all time is a scary game for the PS2. So, there are rules about streaming, you know, emulator games, or games that you have like the emulator for. You know, it's not that you can't do it. It's just there's rules. I have one of the rarest games for PS2, which is a really very terrifying psychological game. It's my absolute favorite, and I'm gonna stream it one day. But I really want to like tell, you know how like we did with Ben/Mike, with Madison, where it's like, oh, we made sure we made time for him. I want to do that for that game because it's a really special game to me. Like it's my like follow alert sound, where we go, welcome to the Aristocrat Club. That's what that's from. So it's a really important game to me. So I wanna give a little more seriousness to it than I do other games. And yeah. When I do that, I want to make it a big deal. And so we'll do that, and I can like crank it up to like high graphics and everything, and instead of making it like grainy in PS2, it'll look really crisp. It'll just look a little older. Anyways, that's the point. Is that game is psychologically twisted, and just really good storytelling. But like a jump scare game, like, again, I like some parts of Five Nights at Freddy's, but like Five Nights at Freddy's as a whole doesn't do it for me. Like, I'm like, that was fun, but for me, the story behind the game is what's so much more interesting than the gameplay. And there you go. That's, I guess, another version of what I just said. But yeah, it's gonna be a good day to play that game. I'm gonna be excited about that. Now all we gotta do is find a game for Richie. It doesn't have to be a scary game, but I feel like he wants also a scary game, so we have to figure that one out. There's a something funny that happened was my friend, well, the lady at times best friend came up to visit, and for the weekend, and I was trying to find like a game for us to play, and I was like, oh man, what game do you want to play? And because she loves games, she just doesn't know. She's like, she likes like playing like the life simulator games, which I'd like too, but that's like all she likes. So we were all sitting there. I was like, well, what games can we play together? And I was trying to like figure like, do you like to play like you know, exploring games? Do you like open world games? Do you like this kind of game? And I couldn't like figure out. And so at some point I was like, do you like sad things? And everybody was just geeking out the whole time. And so I became like the guy who likes sad things when it comes to games. And so now everyone's like, what's a really good game like that? I'm like, all right, I got your back. And I just like have like 10 ready to call out. It's pretty ridiculous. I was hoping I'd be way stronger, but apparently I'm not strong enough to kill these guys. Yeah, I think I'll probably make it to the 20 hours and 30-minute mark. Then I'll be done. Oh yeah. I keep a whole list, and I have old games and new games, and I try to keep up with like the games that make you go, oh man. And like the worst part is like those games, what's the right way? Like even though what I'm doing is repetitive for the last 20 hours, there's like something kind of interesting to it. There's something kind of funny about it. Like you can keep watching it. You're like, it's repetitive, but you know, there's something like the entertainment's constantly going. But games I really like that are like really long and really like slow, and like a lot of reading and a lot of like being in the moment, and I just don't know how they're going to transfer over to stream. You never know, maybe that's where I get more people like, oh man, yes, I'm here for these games. That'd be cool. And I hope that's the case. But some games, like there's a couple that I really want to do. Even the lady at times like, I think that's by yourself. And I was like, oh man, come on, it's such a nice game. And she's like, I know, but like, dude, it's like heavy. And I'm like, I know, come on. But yeah, you never know. I should have been paying attention. I wasn't. Yeah. There's one I've never finished. And like, again, if you like these games, then I think you'll like this one too. It's a very simple game. It's called Emily is Away. And the idea is they use old Facebook or old MySpace like layout of the game. And what you do is you're like chatting with your friends, but like in the past, and you're also the past. You get the idea. It's like a memory game. Like you're remembering what it was like, and you're like chatting with the old features you would play as. Like you're chatting with them and stuff, and as time marches on, you're answering questions, you're doing stuff, and it's very just like that heavy, and it's constantly that, and basically like you're like trying to figure out what happened to your friend that you lost, and like I guess like the whole idea is that like she stopped showing up online, she stopped talking to people, stuff like that, and it apparently has a very emotional story at the end, and I'm like, oh great. We got partially way through it, and then she was just like, I can't keep going. I was like, oh, come on. So maybe that one will be a fun one too. There's one game, gosh, it is rough. I see, thank you, Wanda, I agree. I agree. It seems like a very, very fun game, and it's just super interesting. I think the problem is for me is, I've played games since I was able to hold a controller. Like, I mean, I played like Atari, and like I just played so many games that like for me I've always been, I believe it's Emily is Away. And I like them and all, but I've only, you know, there's only so much times you can play a game where you're shooting people and stuff without there being some other piece to it. And I've always liked the puzzle games, and I've always liked those kind of games where it's just like it makes you think outside the box. And for me, if something doesn't make sense, then I'm on board. Like, I'm more on board if the game doesn't make sense than if the game makes sense. Like, if you're like, wait, what am I playing? And you're like, I know, right? It's weird. I did one earlier. I gotta think of a better one. A different one this time. I mean, this one's pretty popular. This one's very popular, but you get the idea. It's, there's like how like Katamari Damacy, or Damacy, depending who you talk to, is just like you slowly picking up objects till you get bigger. Oh no, and then switch. Yes and no. I'm not really a movie person. I know that's a cop-out answer. For movies though, it's gotta be weird movies. Okay, so for example, better example for movies and games, but there are games like it. There's a movie, I'm a big Will Ferrell man, you know, funny guy. But there's a movie he was in that's very different than his normal movies called Stranger Than Fiction. Called Stranger Than Fiction. And it's a beautiful movie. And I'm more in line with those kind of movies than I am like other movies. Like I actively don't like when people are like, this movie is Academy Award winning material. And I just actually don't enjoy it. Or like, forgot what other one. But yeah, Stranger Fiction is one of those movies that you're like, what is happening? I love that kind of stuff. If you haven't seen it, it's amazing. It's an amazing movie. Oh. Oh yeah, sure, go right ahead. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, Stranger Fiction is about a guy who, like I said, it's not a comedy either. So it's like Will Ferrell completely in a dramatic role. And I mean, I think he nails it. But he, basically, he wakes up one day and he's an insurance adjuster. So he's he's supposed to be like a boring guy. And one day he wakes up and he just hears this person narrating his life. And she's like, how does it go again in the opening? She goes, wow, man, I forgot his first name in the movie, but you get the idea. And he's like, when he woke up this morning, he did not realize that this would set into events that would be he did not realize that the things that he would do would set in motion that would begin the process that would lead to his death. And he's like hearing this narration in his head. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die. And she's like, it all starts today. And he's like, what? What are you talking about? And so basically he goes around and try to figure out who's the narrator, because he's not crazy, and turns out he actually hears a narrator, and it's actually a real person narrating his life. And yeah, and then the whole movie plays out like that. It's absolutely phenomenal. And Will Ferrell, I know everyone makes fun of him for his roles, which of course he's a very silly man, but when you see him in this, you're just like, oh god, he can actually act. And he like full on like ugly cries, and it's believable and everything. It's just a good movie. I absolutely love it. And yeah, definitely that one. What's some other weird games? Right? I'm telling you, it's just it's a good movie. People sleep on it, and and he was just like, oh, you know, because they're actors, they make tons of money. And he was like, they're like, oh, how much you make off the movie? He's like, oh, I made absolutely nothing. And it's got like two of the really big time movie like actors too. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Dustin Hoffman is in it, and the one really famous British lady, I can never remember her name. Queen Latifah's in it too. It's crazy. And then I don't know. There's a lot of big actors. It's like surprising that it's all in there. I don't know that one. Lovely Bones, huh? All right. Well, I know typing a lot can be kind of frustrating, so. Right? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to write. I'll screenshot it too and have to watch it. Oh my God! Are you kidding me, dude? I have one more punch to kill you. Oh, look at that. Nice. Lovely Bones. I feel like I know that name. All right, there's another movie called. Can't remember what it's called. I'm so sorry. But it's okay, so it's super weird to explain. But here we go. It's supposed to be a love story, but it's not like a typical love story, which I even more love. Oh, here you go. Okay, good. From Google. Okay, after being. Server data logs. Oh wow, that does sound crazy good. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that sounds right up my alley. Yeah, I'll definitely watch that. I think the Lady of Time will appreciate it too. Yeah, that sounds really cool. I want that. Give it a try. Excuse me. I'm yawning, but I'm not as tired as I actually think. I'm not as tired as I actually sound, honestly. Anyway, what I was saying was that this one is like, it's a love story, not a typical love story, and the idea is, it's in basically the exact same world we live in. However, and they don't explain it, they don't have to, it's just a plot point, that a company has figured out how to match you with your soulmate. And what they do is they implement this thing into your wrist. Right? They put into your wrist. And what it does is a timer on the watch. And the timer is a countdown to when you'll meet your true love. That supposedly is like 99.9% accurate. And so the premise is that, like, that's like the premise, right? And what's happening in it is that, without, again, not gonna spoil anything because I really should have walked away and not died again. I'm talking more than focusing on not dying. I probably should do both. Like right now, like I have my monitor, I have the second monitor, which is like my TV right now, but I have like chat and stuff in the corner, but I don't, with the forest one. But I'm looking at chat with one eye while playing with the other eye. Like I'm not doing as well. Anyways, but the movie. So the movie follows the main character, who, in like her mind, if she can find the person, like she got her like you can do it at 18 or something like that, or 15. It's like culturally accepted at like 14 to do it. So if you get your watch and you're 14 and it says you meet somebody the next day, then like families are cool with everyone getting together. It's weird. But anyway, so she got her, they got hers, and for some reason in her mind, if she can find the person for that clock, then she's happy. But her watch never activates. So like it's just a blank watch on her wrist, but like her sisters did, her mother did, her brother did, like everybody's, right? And so hers never has. So the whole movie is her like we're struggling with the fact that the watch never activated, and or again activates from that point in the movie. Like that's the premise. Is at that point in the beginning of the movie, it's never activated, and she like takes boyfriends over to that place to get the watches or the clocks on their wrist to be able to see if they're a match, and that's like the whole premise of the movie, and she has to learn all kinds of things about herself. It's just a very cool premise, and my friend showed it to me 10 years ago, and it's just super interesting to watch. It's awesome. Yeah, I honestly, I'm so sorry. I'm explaining the plot, or the basic plot of it all, which is fine, but I do not remember the name of the movie. I'm so sorry. If I can remember it, I will put it in chat next time, or when I'm done, maybe I can find it real quick. Or if you find it, fantastic too. But it is super cool, and the cast is not like famous people, like hardcore famous people, but they're all, I know, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But they're all amazing at acting. They did a great job with it. I think one of the guys is pretty popular, but no, it's really interesting. Those kind of movies will get me out of the bed. But like, if you're like Sandra Bullock's movie, I'm like, sorry, Sandra Bullock, I'm out. But if you're like a movie about a grape that turns into a man, and that man marries another man, and they be happily after until their kid turns out human, I'm like, you got me. You don't need to tell me anything else. I'm going to see that movie. But if it's like generic, I sometimes will just avoid them. I never watch them. There's like 9 of these guys. I forgot how much a horde will just knock me out. Ugh. Stupid. Stupid. Yeah, once you say the name, I'll know it immediately. I mean, it's a weird premise to type up. Pew, 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 pew. 20 hours, man. And I haven't even beaten the second boss yet. The second boss is gonna destroy me. I'm gonna have to be super high level to beat that second boss, though. I'll tell you that much. These guys are gonna not even dent my experience necessary to win. Excuse me. Run away! Run away! Oh, come on, I have like 5 kicks and it just finally worked. Oh, come on, you couldn't just let me get one more Mega Punch in. You jerks. I really wonder if you found it, Wanda. I feel like I put in a rabbit hole of a weird explanation, but no name. Oh. No, I'm still okay. I figured. That's what I'm saying. I feel bad. I put you in a rabbit hole. New movies, yeah, I figured as much. Alright. I'm gonna join you for 2 seconds. I'll see if I can find it too. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I got it already. Sorry. I found it the first. Apparently I still remember how to do it. Alright. I will send the link. Is it? Yeah, it's Timer. Yep, Timer. Yep, 2009. Romantic sci-fi. It's been a couple years since I've watched it, but I'm hoping it holds up. And they have a never really interesting message as well throughout it. It's a lot of like love, and love comes in different waves, and it's not what you think, and loving yourself as well, and I don't know. Oh, you are? I'm so glad. Yeah, again, I might. We won't be watching it together, but we might end up watching Stranger Fiction at the same time, just different places. I've talked myself into watching it again. I much love that movie. He also did another one, by the way. If you like his like actual dramatic acting, he did another one that is just so sad, but it was super interesting as well. Called Everything Must Go, and that's another Will Ferrell one, another serious one. So if you like his serious acting, you'll like it. And Everything Must Go is about his dad. No, not his dad. I'm sorry. His he's a very wealthy businessman, nice house, everything. Beautiful wife, yada yada yada. And then out of nowhere, he gets some kind of report or whatever. And then he finds out that his wife has been cheating on him, but doesn't know with who. Then he goes and finds out that it's his business partner, and his business partner worked out a way to guarantee that he did not get any pension or any money because he's selling the company and it's only under his name for theoretical reasoning. And then his wife is cheating on the businessman, and then the businessman hired a lawyer that made it to where he would lose all of his belongings in his house, and she's gonna sell the house and move away, all in the same day. And he goes, what? And so his friend or brother's a lawyer, and he goes, here's the catch, that's all true and binding. And he's like, oh my god, are you serious? Like, yes, I'm sorry. They said, what can I do? He goes, technically, she can kick you out of the house. Oh, hello, Diablo, how's it going? She can kick you out of the house, but she has to at least let you, she can't kick you off the property permanently. So basically, you can stay on the property, and all your stuff can. And so basically, he's like, okay, then what do I do after that? He goes, I have no idea. So then the whole movie is him trying to sell all of his property while trying to find the next place in life to go. And the movie just ends on a question mark. But it's really cool. Everything Must Go. It's another good one. How are you, Diablo? Are you here to see me torture myself through this insane idea? Because I respect that if that's what your goal is. Oh, no way. Is it really? Oh, that's a good one then. Again, it's been a while since I've watched it, but I really liked it. And then the last one that's really weird. It was really, I'm not sure if it got a lot of like publicity for it. But it is, oh shoot. This one you can easily find by Googling it. I watched it. So I get nervous sometimes when it comes to writing papers, and I was like on like a really big paper to write, and I could not write it. I got stuck. And so I just watched an entire movie and then finished writing the paper like 2 hours before class. Don't ever do that. But that's what happened to me. And anyway, so the movie is, okay, so the whole movie's idea is that the guy. So his main character is this Indian guy. I guess he's also British. Don't ever do that. Yeah, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. It's terrible. Oh. Oh, I'm English. Sorry. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry. I don't speak French either. I speak English, but that's okay. No big deal. You're welcome here. If you can understand me, you're welcome here. And if not, and you just want to watch me fight things and not win, you're welcome to watch too. Anyway, so yeah, the movie. So basically, the movie, I can't remember what it's called, but you can look it up. It's really easy to find. The idea is that this guy is a British guy, and he is a failed musician. But he ends up like, he's like failing as a musician, and he ends up falling and getting into a coma, knocking teeth out. It's ugly, right? So he wakes up from his coma, and his friends come pick him up, and they're like, "Oh my God, you were out cold for months." So my I'm sorry. I paused for the person asked question about the challenge. So yes, it abides are all challenge. It's all difficulty levels. Right now, I'm only on normal because I've not made it. I've not been able to beat the second boss yet. So I'm still on normal difficulty. I'm playing on a server that allows for faster experience growth, but that's the only thing I get that's a benefit. Everything else is exactly the same. I have no armor, no mag, no items, no health items, and no weapons. Just bare bone, punching and dodging and dying 273 times. So, all levels if I can. At some point, it will be impossible. I just don't know when. Anyway, back to the movie. Anyway, so the rest of the opening of the movie, yeah, he gets into coma. He wakes up, and his friends are there to greet him. And he goes, and they're like, "I'm glad you're okay. It's been 6 months. We were so worried," or whatever, however long it was. And he goes, and they're like, "Do you want to play music again?" He's like, "No, I don't play music ever again. Blah blah blah. I fell. Blah blah blah. It's embarrassing. I fell into a coma. I got beat up." And they were like, "Look, if you don't, then you're gonna regret it." And he's like, "Fine. I guess I'll play a song for you." So he plays a song, and then basically he plays like a Beatles song, and his friends just like stare at him, and they're like, "That was one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life." And he goes, "It's the Beatles." And they go, "Did you write that?" And he goes, "No, it's the Beatles." And they're like, "The who?" He goes, "The Beatles." And they're like, "I don't understand." And then basically he goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, the famous band, the Beatles, were in UK. How in the world? Oh, you jerk! How in the world, do not know them? And they go, "What are you talking about?" And he goes back to his house to find out that somehow, waking up from his coma, he's entered a world where the Beatles never existed. And the whole movie plays out him stealing the Beatles music and living his life differently. It's absolutely a fun watch too. I do Diablo, you're right. I debated on who to pick, and I realized that even though there might be benefits other places, he does have the highest attack. That's my only real saving grace right now, is the possibility that I will have enough power to do it. And funny enough, I was like, is having the ability to heal while standing a good, cheating? And then I realized how hard this challenge is, and I said, no, it's not cheating. It's okay. Yeah. But I hope to figure out how far I can take this before it's impossible. I don't know how far I can go. It's gonna be interesting. For sure. I mean, I have some ideas how far I'm gonna take this, or how far I can go before I just can't win. I'm not sure. Oh, hey Q. 20 hours later, I debate if it is, but I do appreciate it, and I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy to find out. Thank you. I don't like to promote, but if you want to, you can always press the follow button to keep tabs on how crazy it gets. You're always welcome to do that too. I know some people are following just to see how far I go with this challenge and see if there's an ending that is success. So you're welcome to do that too. There's no pressure, but some people's morbid curiosity has gotten better of them. Which I'm okay with. Anyways, Wanda, if you're still there, that was my last suggestion for movie. Oh, thank goodness. Finally dead. It's more like, it's annoying that how long it takes to die. The dragons are really easy to fight barehanded, apparently. It's annoying. Will not be easy. Aw. Oh, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate it. You don't have to. But I guess if you can't sleep either, you know. Ah. Oh, of course, I know. You're right, Diablo. I can't imagine I'll make it to... I can't imagine that I'll even be able to make it to ultimate difficulty. I'm pretty sure it's impossible to. Ah. Hey, we're doing pretty good. We can't. I don't think we can do the gambling of. Okay, cool. Yeah, it does feel like that. I appreciate that, Wanda. I prefer this over anything else. I miss it. I used to have a friend that we would play games like this too, and we even like played the. We even liked the same challenge and everything. We grew apart. Life happened. And, you know, it sucked, but, oh, I died. Oh, what? 1 second, Diablo. And anyways, but it's just nice to stream again and to play with people. What I said was, I'm not sure the end of the challenge will be ultimate. I don't think I can make it all the way to the hardest difficulty. I think I'm gonna get stopped at some point. I don't think I'll be strong enough to make it to the hardest difficulty in the game. That's my personal belief. And if you meant earlier, what I was gonna say was, if I don't like to tell people to follow because I want them to make the choice. But if you want to follow to see how far this challenge goes, then that's great. That way you can remind yourself to check it out to see how far I've gone. And some people just want to see what happens because they're curious, or they're like, I'm not gonna do it, but I'm glad someone else is. If that makes more sense. Sorry, Diablo. Don't kill me. I'm only a robot man with the robot plan. Although I am in need of a drink. Oh wait, there's some water right here. Perfect. I know, gotta get some hooch. I'm glad you remembered that. I almost got some hooch, which is, I am drinking too much soda lately, so it is the hooch right now. But I saw a water bottle, I was like, perfect, I'll have the water bottle instead. I swear, if they would just let me punch them 3 times, then they would die. But no, they gotta keep whacking me the last second. Jerks won't let me kill him. Oh, no problem, Diablo. Sometimes I talk too much and say too many words when I could say less. It's a problem I'm working on. I just like to be extra clear and extra detailed, and sometimes that's too much. What you doing? I just don't think Craft is available tonight. That's my problem. I might have to like grind out some levels because I don't think I'm gonna be able to call upon him. I would like to not have to call upon him, but he has been my hero. And he always somehow pops in when I need him, so he could be here right now. Just waiting for that moment. Be like, yeah, what's up? I'm here. Crafty's a witch. You know, knowing that his name's like Crafty Lizard, you know what's interesting is, for me, it's weird, like, how we, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. I'm just talking about, I'm gonna ramble on something that, I'll think of weird topics and just think about them all day long. So here's one of them. It's weird how we, like, come up with a name that we like when it comes to, like, even like online handles and stuff. Like, Crafty Lizard is a cool name. But it's also like, I would have never thought of that. So it's just funny how people have like specific things that like in their head was like done. Because I would have never even come up with a name. Not even once. And so like, in his mind it was so clear what it was. And like, no one else was, I've searched a million times and no one else in the world, I mean mine's not like as creative as that. But like, no one else is Rox is the hero of time anywhere. I mean, not even some people. I mean, Rox is in something else, but I don't know. It's always just interesting to me that they could think of those kind of creative things. Pot of two. Oh. Yes, Diablo. I have had to train myself again to not pick up rare items. It's absolutely butchering it. It's like, it's actually absolutely torturing me right now. I'm tortured not to get them. I might get them myself and just put them in the bank for later. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's nearly impossible for me to do that. Every fiber of my being is like, no, no, no. No, you need to get it. And then I say, no, I can't get it. Ah. Wanda, are you gonna like come out of nowhere and be like, boom, I speak 4 languages? Because that's so much cooler than anything I have said today. It is so much cooler. Oh, you know Spanish and English? That's awesome. The only one I did was I went back to school and I got a degree in American Sign Language. So that's the only claim to fame I have for another language. It is another language, yes, but I don't know. For me it was just easy to pick it up. But like I tried learning other like spoken languages. For the life of me, I just can't do it. Ooh, 27! Man, I'm hitting 32s now? Oh, beautiful stuff. So happy right now, but I have 6,000 more experience to go for the next one. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be a slog fest. Come on. Have a nice Wanda. Yeah, I wish I could done more. The only thing that I actively do is like I'm a big fan of a show. If a show's in another language, I'll watch the subtitles, but I have no problem watching it in like French and other language. There's a show a cartoon I watch that's mostly in French, and so it's awful nice to hear other languages too. I watch that show all the time. Don't kill me, please. Oh, you did? Yeah. The lady at Time made a joke, and she was like, you know, what you could do is when we do face cam and show ourselves, which I'm gonna do. We're gonna do soon. We just want to make sure we have a setup like behind us and stuff. We have a couple ideas we want to get started first. But when we do, she was like, you should totally like, you know, like teach a sign or two. And I was like, I guess I could, but there's some cultural rules when it comes to teaching sign language and deaf culture that I'd have to be careful about, but I totally could teach a sign or two. But you have to do it in a certain way. But yeah, I thought it'd be pretty funny to do that. Maybe it's another, excuse me. Maybe that's another, a redeem point, is teach us a sign. That could be a fun one too. Or, sorry, show us a sign. That could be pretty cool. Yeah, the story of okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. So you're just like, oh. Aw, well that's nice. I'm happy. So yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I hung out with a lot of people like that too. All they wanted to do was again, I'm not upset at people for this, but like just get high and play games. Or not play games, but get high and just like do things where people, I don't know, you know that attitude where people have when they just want to just smoke and sit around and smoke. That's not really as interesting, but you get the idea. And people do. I'm not saying that's the case. I just never was that kind of person, so not to offend people. But I know how you feel, and I always wanted to. Yeah, I always just wanted to like. Well, no, I never was that kind of person. I'd rather have two TVs in a room, both playing either the same game or different game, and just talking and chill playing. I mean, sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love. I'll put it this way. I mean, I've never once hid away from suggestive themes, but hey, man, I'm not saying I don't enjoy dressing slutty and going out and dancing once in a while or hanging out. Sure, but it is not. It is not. It is not my go-to. It is very much a less that and more relax and like old school slumber parties when you're kids. I know that's a bit cheesy, but that's how I feel. I prefer the old slumber parties than I would nowadays stuff. But I'm also a little older, so we don't do that anymore, so I just miss hanging out with friends. Okay. Yeah, I get that, Diablo. Sometimes simplified words are difficult to get to. Yeah, I know. I know, they do, they're like, I also said that too, they're like the worst sound. I swear, if I got a plant again, I'm gonna be ticked off. Let's see what we get. Don't you do it to me. Don't you do it to me. I'm gonna punch you. Oh, hey, General Mind. It's pretty good. I'm also a robot, so I can't use it. So. Whee! Oh, yeah. You're super easy to kill, dude. You know what? The one thing I'll say about this challenge that I'm going to take away with me when it's finally done. I might cry a little bit because it'll be 30-something, 40-something hours before I finally get to a point when I'm done. But one thing I'll say about it is I've learned more about this game and how the enemies move than I ever did playing it normally for 20 something years. Or 15 something years. You get the idea. I've learned way more than I ever did before. It's just absolutely maddening. Like their range of motion, where their area of damage is. It's absolutely... I did not expect to learn so much about it. I didn't think it mattered. You just have big sword, you swing big sword, you heal yourself. Oh yes, I want that. Oh no. There it is, the dreaded door. Maybe I don't need the door this time. But I do have a healing station. So that's nice. And again, that is not cheating because it is a mechanic in the game. It's not an item or something that I have found. And that might be me using a loophole, but I don't care. Give me something, please. Let's hope I don't have to go through that doorway. I might not have to. I know. Poisoned hairballs, yes. Diablo, yes. Poisoned hairballs. That sounds like the scariest cat ever. You're like, please don't cat do a cat. Please don't do a cat. Risking life and limb for a hairball, huh? $4,626 more experience to go. Ugh. Man, if only, I mean, I don't want it to be 27 hours yet, or maybe I do, and I'm further in. But if it was 27 hours, I've been level 27 hours, and then 7 deaths. There was a number thing going on there. It looked similar. Poison furballs. Or hairballs. Alright, I'm getting a little bit sleepy, but I'm not there yet. I'll be there very soon. So most likely at the 21-hour mark, which just sounds so stupid to say out loud. But at this point, man, this is gonna be a challenge in my life for like the next couple months. You know, I'll just stop at the 21-hour mark. Ugh, I can't believe I said that out loud, unironically at first. Woo. Woo. Take that, dragon, you suck. Who knew that the dragon was so easy to beat? All I do is run up to him and punch it in the face. Oh, come on, stop missing. By the way, Wanda, I love the suck it shark clip. I didn't know you did it. I was like, I got one from Glitchless, and I was like, okay. And then I got one from you, and I was like, oh boy. And it was just funny to see the suck it shark. That was funny. It was making me mad though. Like I was trying my best. More dragons? It was only dragons. That is a very different website, guys. Do not go to it. It's the way to go, yeah. Please, guys, don't go to only dragons, okay? I cannot guarantee your web browser. I cannot guarantee your data is not stolen. Just don't do it. Why not? Oh yeah, yeah, sorry. I sometimes do callbacks for way too long ago. Oh, don't kill me, please. I haven't died from a dragon in forever. Oh, that's not true. I died earlier. Only dragons. I know. It's a very different onlyfarmers.com one, trust me. Very different. Well, we're also, what, 22 deaths away from dance party? Which I don't think we'll get to tonight, which is probably better that way. Tomorrow, I might do more streaming than normal. Wednesdays are that kind of day. I might stream in the morning and then in the evening again. My friend leaves super early in the morning on Thursday, apparently, for Alaska, so. Super early in the morning. And she's very unhappy about that. Which makes sense. It's gonna be beautiful there, though. I'll tell you that much. I envy her on that part. It's gonna be a great trip. A couple of months there. It'd be cold, but man, you'd see some sights and things and animals and creatures that you'll never see again. Come on, you dragon. Nope, I got one more dragon to kill. You don't want to. I kind of want to know if it's a real website, but I'm also very worried about my computer. Because that's one of those places you gotta be careful of. But I kind of want to know if someone's made it. All right, 7 more minutes till 21 hours. In the span I've taken this time, you could probably have accomplished to beat the game how many times? I mean, seriously. I mean, if you want to risk it, I'm not that worried about it. It's more of a joke, but like, still, it's a weird choice to do. You're gonna be put on some strange government watch lists. I'll tell you that much. Come on. Got him. I thought it was too. What? Oh, it's just some guy's website. How weird is that? I was hoping to see something risque. That'd been funny. 11 deaths now till wait. No, I'm wrong. No, I'm right. No, I'm wrong. It's 21 deaths, isn't it? Yeah, it's 21 deaths. Yeah, I'm wrong. I thought it was like 11 deaths till dance party. It's 21 deaths, my bad. Oh, good God. Alright. Curiosity. I can't look away. Oh, this guy. Yeah. I know this guy. He's like a Vegas show. Yeah, he's Vegas showing, yeah. He did a bunch of weird, like, live show stuff. I guess he bought the rights to only dragons. That's a, hey man. Not that bad. Not a bad idea there. You know who he is? He was, I can't remember the whole story, but he was popular. I forgot. I just forgot the whole story of it, but yeah, Pith Magic Dragon was like a whole thing. He might be like an insult comic, but walks around in a dragon suit. I don't remember anymore. I just don't remember. Yeah, it was a weird thing. Oh my god, you guys. Got him. General mind again, yeah. Alright, and unfortunately, I actually would need backup to escape this dungeon. So again, I would need Cracked to show up magically, but I already was getting kind of sleepy for the first time. Well, actually, that's not true. I'm getting back to my sleeping normal schedule or cycle, which is nice. But I think I was reaching my end of tonight anyways. But I did get another level. I am 2,000 away from that level. I just need someone to help me out to escape the next area, which again is a problem, but I still don't want to cheat this run by not keeping to the multiplayer difficulty, because that's what I've been doing. Instead of doing single player, when I could easily just do single player and then escape easily, or continue easily, but something about accomplishing that task that I'm not prepared to give up on. So I will probably call it here. I said 21 hours, but I mean, come on, it's a minute and a half left. I take 2 minutes to say goodbye anyway, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. Let's see if anybody's on. I'll pause the timer there. Look at that. Not even 21 hours yet. Let's see if yeah, Crafty's playing another game, so we'll see if anyone else is playing PSO. Fantasy. If I spelled fantasy right, I'm pretty sure I did. Star Online. Okay. I don't know this person. So last time I say goodbye anyways. I know, yeah, I do it all the time. So one of the things that I found out that I had in common with which I'm perfectly happy about is when I was doing sign language stuff and everything of that nature, I found out that in like the deaf culture, it's very common to say goodbye for like 5 minutes. Like you don't say goodbye shortly, like quickly. You say goodbye forever. And so when I started doing, why didn't I need to search for it on Twitch. But anyways, I didn't know that they said goodbye for so long. So when I did that naturally, it made me happy to know that you know what I mean, that they did, and I was like, oh cool, I'm in the right place. I remember last time I did not We went with somebody who didn't have didn't talk. I didn't like that. No offense to people who do choose not to use mics and stuff, but something about my way of doing things that fit more with sending off to somebody who also talks and stuff. I don't actually see anybody, and unfortunately, this person does not talk. Maybe we can send off the We Happy Few. Let's see if anyone's doing that one. We were doing it earlier, right? Well, only one person right now, but they don't have any tabs of if they're English or not. All right. Maybe we should go to Crafty. It's not a bad idea. We'll do Crafty. I think he'll be confused, but it's okay. I agree. Crafty's the man. We'll do that. All right. Says 18 plus, just so you guys know. If that would bother you, then probably not the best place to go for that then. Yeah, he'd be like, wait, why? I'm not playing PSO. And I'd be like, no, you're good, dude. You're good. All right, yeah, we'll go Crafty. I don't know what Remnant 2 is, but he's playing cowboy stuff. So here we go. He'll be very happy. Please stick around for a minute or two. Tell him raid. There was a friend of oh, I lost everybody. That's fair too. Oh yeah, of course. Sorry everybody, I talked too long. I told you it's take long for to buy. You guys gonna? It's okay. Anyways, whatever I was gonna say. Yeah, they said. I know. They left. That's fine. Here we go. Start raid. Yes, the two of us. Oh, they said bye. Yes. Yeah, they were done early. Just a me thing to do. All right, let's go raid them. Here we go.